Hi, I'm Mike Rabel, co-founder and CEO of the Premier Lacrosse League. Welcome to another episode of State of the League. Several weeks ago, we announced the postponement of the 2020 season. Since that time, we've been in constant communication and doing thorough research with medical advisors, government agencies, our board of directors, staff, coaches, and players to figure out what the best solution for a season looks like. With all of that said, we're really excited to roll out to you and present the PLL Championship Series powered by Ticketmaster. I'm going to pass it over to my brother Paul Rabel, co-founder and CMO, to tell you the details of why we're so excited and why this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to bring back lacrosse during these times. Over to you, Paul.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Now, to this very exciting moment and the rollout of the PLL's 2020 Championship Series, there are a few things that I'm going to address with you. The first is the health and safety, not just of our players, coaches, key personnel, production house, and NBC ops team, but it's the way that we're approaching the entire event. So it's fully quarantined, which means we're rolling out a robust medical protocol that's led by a COVID-19 medical committee, oversight internal and external, medicine doctors, as well as infectious disease specialists that are designing that protocol to ensure the safety. You can only accomplish this in a fully quarantined model, which we've done by taking over an entire location just for the championship series. Number two, when we launched the league a couple years ago, we expressed how vital distribution was. Who is your network partner? What's the airtime gonna look like? What's the marketing going into not only the production and the broadcast of the live games, but how are they gonna be consumed? NBC was a perfect fit for us. And when we discussed this prospect of the PLL Championship Series, we went to them to identify the correct window where we could come in and broadcast this wonderful game to each of you. We looked at an existing calendar that saw the end of July into early August as the existing Olympic window that now has been postponed to 2021. So all of this macro interest to that midway point of the summer felt like a nice landing spot for professional lacrosse. So we had conversations with NBC and they've committed the biggest package in a condensed time period the sport of lacrosse has ever seen. That includes the NCAA tournament, that includes the Premier Lacrosse League last year, and any other form of lacrosse from a world championship and on. So this opportunity right now, amidst these challenging times, may actually become the tipping point that our sport has been looking for decades. Now the third point, which is how this thing's gonna work. We've created a tournament format over a 3-week period. The first week is once our teams land in and go through the appropriate medical protocol, they will begin their training camp. So a lot of teams right now are doing their own versions of mini camps, but using remote technology, whether it's Zoom calls that go X's and O's with their respective lacrosse clubs, or working out through technology with their respective strength conditioning coaches. Players will be prepared. And once training camp is done, we're gonna break into 2 weeks of competition. The first week is gonna be designated to what we're calling group play. So it's 14 total games between the 7 teams. Each team plays 4 games. Who they're playing is going to be randomly drawn like we see in UEFA's Champions League or the World Cup. So that'll be predetermined, and each team will gather a win-loss record to determine seeding into the second week, where we have a single elimination tournament that will crown our champion on the final day. So to begin the championship series, everyone will play 4 games. From there will be seeds. The number 1 seed gets a bye. All of the other 6 clubs will compete to advance, and we'll have a champion. Here's the crazy part. There's going to be 20 games on the NBC family of networks that are being played over 15 days. So that's more than a game a day on television. It is going to be the most concerted and compact version of top-tier lacrosse we've ever seen. So not only are you out there, lacrosse fans, looking forward to seeing professional lacrosse, even if you haven't watched or paid much attention to the PLL, but you like college lacrosse, you've been stripped of that, this is our opportunity to get behind the sport. What we're also gonna do is gonna get this sport in front of a lot of fluid sports fans that may have never seen lacrosse before. There are fans out there that never see the game and they see it for the first time and they go, that's not a real sport. And they say that because they've never seen the game. And our job is to get the game in front of as many people as possible. And we're gonna accomplish that. And there will be one team that walks away as the 2020 PLL champions. All right, Mike.
We found a way to bring professional lacrosse and the PLL back to television during these times.
NBC!
I also want to thank our sponsors. Their resolve throughout this entire process has been unwavering. Frankly, on our weekly calls, they're just as excited about this season as they were about 2019. So I want to implore all of you to support sponsors who support professional lacrosse. It's important that we're all in this together. I'm going to pass this over to Paulie. I miss you, brother. I'll see you soon.
Miss you too, Mike. I honestly can't remember the last time we have spent this much time apart physically, even though we FaceTime every day and do our Google Hangouts and Zooms. So I hope each of you at home are as excited as we are. Last year, we announced a new era of professional lacrosse. This year, we showed our ability to be agile and continue to innovate for the future. And lacrosse is that future. So thank you all for listening. Let's continue to grow and push the sport forward together. That is it.